You know what I would like to see? I would like to see the threat of a race war. Not a real race war. That'd be too catastrophic. I would like to see the threat of a race war so that you all could see who was really black. I would like to see the threat of a race war so you all could see who is really black. Because you know, if there was a race war, it would be everybody versus black people. You do realize that, right? You do realize that nobody is teaming up with black people. The one thing that every race has in common when it comes to us is economic exclusion. And economic exclusion is the foundation for systematic and systemic racism. They economically excluded us from America. And every race in this country does the exact same thing when it comes to us. They don't spend money with us. Black business is supported solely by black people. They don't spend money with us. We spend money with everybody and nobody spends money with us. So if there is a race war, it will be everybody versus us. And then you will see who's actually black and who's not. All your friends that are non-black, all the other ethnic and racial groups, all of them will side with white people and join in a war against us. Nobody is joining a war to help us fight. What you all don't realize is that they use the color to identify, describe, and define who we were. You didn't call yourself black. They called us black. I've said this before. Abraham Lincoln said the two greatest events in American history, the Church Reformation and the creation of the Negro in 1432. Columbus didn't go to them islands. Columbus didn't go to the Caribbean until 1492. So that means they had created the Negro. They had created the black woman and black man 60 years before Columbus even got over here. What you all don't understand is you don't have a nation. You don't have a flag. Black people only exist in America. I went to Africa. I went to 4 countries and not one person called me black. Not one person referred to themselves as black. They called me American. And then some thought I was from Europe. Nobody called me black. I was in Africa. I went to 4 countries and nobody referred to themselves as black. People use black as a generic term on television. People use black as a generic term on television. Black, African American are terms exclusive to this country. Black people only live in America. Black people don't have a nation. Black people don't have a flag. They didn't call you black as a compliment. That is a social status. They said you're black and we're going to treat you like this. They said you are black, you are Negro, you are a savage, you are an ape, you are a monkey, you are an animal, you are 3/5 of a man, you are African American, you are black, and we are going to treat you as such. We didn't call ourselves black. They called us black for a reason, just like they called themselves white. But if you ask a white person what they are, they'll tell you. My ancestors come from where? From Germany. They'll tell you. From France. They'll tell you. Even the white people have a trace back. What's your trace back? Y'all are arguing with me about who's black. And you know that black has nothing to do with your appearance. Clearly, they can't use a color to identify, describe, and define a whole group of people. Do you understand? Black people are not a nation. As soon as we try to become a nation, it's going to be a problem. As soon as we say we want a flag, we want our own nation, it's going to be a problem. This is why Native Americans don't want you a part of the tribes. This is why the Native Americans don't want you a part of the tribes, because nobody wants to see black people empowered. Nobody wants to see black people on top. Nobody. I keep telling you all this. If you really want to know who's black, let it be a race war. Let it be a threat of a race war. And you're going to see everybody that you think is black, everybody that you think looks like you is going to turn against you. Nobody's going to want to be black. Trust me. If there's a race war, nobody is going to want to be black. They'll start bringing up what their grandmother is, what their grandfather is, where they're originally from, what their mama really is, put out birth certificates. They're going to do all this. What you all don't realize is that people, when you're black and you're really black, you can't flip-flop. You can't jump ship. You can't switch sides. When you black, you have nowhere to go because black people only exist in America. Black people only live in America. The moment somebody can say they're black and then switch to something else, they're not black. Because when you're black, you don't have the option. When you're black, you don't have a flag. When you're black, you don't have a nation. Y'all are arguing with me about being black and don't even know what it is. Y'all are arguing about me about being black and don't even know what it is. It's a construct. It's not real. It is a system of control for you and I. Y'all want to claim everybody. Y'all want to claim everybody, not realizing they took the land from us. That's why they wanted to give the land back. Do you understand the game? They took the land from us. That's why they wanted to give the land back. When you go to court and somebody owes you money, what do you go to court for? To get the money back. They wanted to give us the land back because they took the land from us. You understand what I'm talking about? We had a nation. They took the land from us. And then they said compensation was 40 acres and a mule. So they wanted to offer us the 40 acres and give us a way to cultivate the land. Then they started giving out 40 acres and a mule. And then they realized if we give every descendant of a slave 40 acres and a mule, they're going to own the country. They're going to take over. So you know what they did? They reneged on the deal and took the land back for a second time. Y'all are arguing with me about what being black is, not even realizing that black is a concept. It's a construct. Being black is a construct. It is a system of control. Y'all have reduced being black to going to a HBCU and looking a certain way. Y'all have reduced being black to eating soul food. Y'all have reduced being black to twerking. Y'all have watered down the existence of being black to the point where anybody can be black. Anybody can be black. These folks ain't culture vultures. We giving the game away for free. Y'all inviting everybody to the cookout and arguing with me about what black is. Y'all inviting everybody to the cookout and then arguing with me about what black is. They can't use a color to identify, describe, and define a whole nation of people. If you don't believe me, let's get together and say we want to be our own nation and see what's going to happen. When Abraham Lincoln said, let's send the slaves down to South America and let them colonize South America, they blew his brains out. Y'all think it's a game. They blew his brains out. He was talking about us leaving the country. They blew his brains out. Black people only live in America. If you go to India, they will tell you what caste they belong to. If you go to Kenya, they will tell you they are Kenyan. If you go to Jamaica, they will tell you they are Jamaican. And these white folks here saying they white in America will trace their origins back to Europe, or if they're honest, the caves. Oh, they were born in Oakland. They were born in Detroit. They were born in Baltimore. They were born in Atlanta. So what? Oh, they're part of a fraternity or a sorority. So what? There are white folks in black sororities and fraternities. There are white folks at HBCUs, so clearly those can't be qualifiers for being black. There are white people that eat soul food, they can cook soul food. There are white people that have black spouses. Clearly, those can't be qualifiers for being black. I would love to dig into these people's past and see which of their grandparents owned slaves. I would love to dig up in the past and see whose grandparents owned slaves. Talking about who's black and who's not. You can't be black and be the president. You understand that? You can't be black and be the president. Do you understand what I'm telling you? There's no such thing as a black president because presidents are picked based on their bloodline. Every president has one thing in common, and that is a white mother. Every president has one thing in common, and that is their mother was not black / a descendant of a slave. Y'all are arguing with me about being black and don't even know what black is. Y'all have reduced being black to being able to dance. Y'all have reduced being black to looking a certain way and acting a certain way. Y'all don't have no idea what y'all talking about, because it was a narrative given to you. When you were born, they told you what black was and what black is. Let there be a race war. All of you all will see who's black. Let there be a race war, and you're going to see who's black and who's not. It's going to get real specific. It's going to be everybody versus black people, and then you'll see who's actually black. Or better yet, how about reparations? When they start handing out reparations, or should I say if they start handing out reparations, you're going to see who's black. Trust me, you're going to see who's black. All that, they was born in Jamaica, they was born in Haiti, all that. I guarantee if they start handing out reparations to black people, they're going to get real specific. And I guarantee one thing is, your mother is going to have to be black. Trust me. Your mama is going to have to be black. The bloodline goes through the mother. The bloodline goes through the mother. I keep telling you all this. This is why they always ask for your mother's maiden name. The bloodline goes through the mama. Do you understand how the game works? It's all been a lie. Let it be a race war, and you're going to see who's black and who's not. If I ask y'all to define what black is, you are going to link it to trauma over the past 500 years. Nobody's talking about before the 500 years. Nobody's talking about our existence before the 500 years. They only focus on the 500 years because that's when they've been in control over us. Y'all don't know what black is. Your entire existence is linked to oppression. Your entire existence is based on oppression. Y'all don't know what black is. Argue with me. Black people only live in America. Black people only exist in America. Black people can't flip-flop. Black people can't pick and choose. Black people don't have a flag. All these people jumping back to their country's flag are not black. Black people are specific to America, specific to descendants of slaves. And if there's a race war, or they start handing out reparations, you're really going to see who's black and who's not. We can't even go to the UN and appeal for nothing. You know why? We don't have a flag. We don't have a country. We can't even go to the UN to appeal for anything because we don't have a flag. We don't have a country. Black people only live in America. Do you understand the game? We can't even appeal to the UN. The United Nations is not going to recognize a people being identified, described, and defined as a color. We don't have a flag. We don't have a nation. Y'all want to claim everybody, invite everybody to the cookout. And them same people will shoot you dead if it's a race war. Them same people you want to invite to the cookout, them same people you want to call black will be the same ones shooting you dead in a race war. I know how the game works. Every race in this country does the exact same thing to us, and that is economically exclude us. Everybody's against black people. Y'all don't see it. Don't check black in the box. Don't check black in the box. Check other. Don't check black in the box. Because when you check black in the box, they put you in the box. That's what being black is. They put you in a box. You know why? Because they built the entire system around oppressing you. They built an entire system around oppressing black people, African Americans, Negroes. They built an entire system around oppressing us. Soon as y'all start talking about black power, the last straw was saying, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Nah, you can't do that. Because pride and black don't go together. Soon as it was black power and say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, guess what? Nah, y'all African American now. Take all that fire away. I'm telling you, man, it's a setup. Jesse Jackson had to get that approved. White folks approve African American. That ain't us. That's an approved term. There is no such place as African America. There is no such place as black land. There's no such place. Y'all don't understand it's a game? Do you understand it's all been a lie? It's all been a setup? Do you understand that? Do you understand they did all this stuff to convince us that we were something that we were not, to convince us that we weren't who we really were. We got the God gene. Do you understand that? We can't be confined to a color. Do you understand that? We got the God gene. Black power sound too strong. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. It sound too strong. Nah, y'all African American. We gonna make something up. Cause y'all can't be strong and proud. Because if you're strong and proud, you might realize who you really are. It's been a setup. It's a setup. Y'all arguing with me about what being black is. And y'all have no idea. We've been free over 150 years and we still have the same problems. We've been free over 150 years and we still have the same problems because we keep on doing the same thing. They want to convince you that your existence has only been 500 years. They don't talk about before slavery. You know why? Because there's power in the truth. There's power in knowing who you were before they got here. Y'all still falling for it because somebody look like they black, because somebody say they black. Y'all crazy, man. White folks been using black people to oppress black people for centuries. This is nothing new. White people been using black people to oppress black people, so I don't know why we acting brand new. You all keep arguing with me about what black is, and they have used black people for centuries to oppress black people. Y'all want to argue with me about who black is? I wish we could see the threat of a race war so you all could see who's black and who's not. Who's riding with black folks and who's not. And what you will find out is that everybody will be against black people. Everybody. They'll get real specific when it comes to being black when there's a threat of danger. They'll get real specific when they start handing out that land and that money when it comes to reparations. Y'all argue me about what black is. Every black leader that actually wanted to help black people got killed or they got thrown out the country. One of the two. Every black leader that wanted to help black people, they got killed or they got thrown out the country. One of the two. Y'all don't know what black is or being black is. They told you what being black is. They told you and they showed you. Everybody is on the same page when it comes to how they treat us. Everybody. They don't fool with us. They economically exclude us. Can't go to the UN and appeal for nothing. Can't no color appeal for nothing. What's your flag? What's your nation? I'm done. Don't be safe. Be great. Wait for it. Free Blanche. Get money. Go.